crypto case is heading to the Supreme Court. It's the first one that the judges are actually going to listen to. It involves Coinbase and two plaintiffs. Now, the case itself isn't really about crypto, but it involves Coinbase. And I think not really as to set a precedent, but we'll actually see the judge's attitude towards Coinbase. And we know that many lawsuits like Ripple might eventually get there. So the justice's attitudes towards Coinbase can actually be a very telling sign of how it will go. Now you might say, but aren't they supposed to be non-political and not have and just follow and just rule on the law and not their own opinion? Yes, but we all know they're all human, and humans always have preconceived notions, and those notions do actually affect how things are going to go. So this suit might seem inconsequential, but it is indeed very, very much consequential. So basically, like, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments in its first ever crypto-related case on Tuesday. And what Coinbase is trying to do is some procedural stuff. They're trying to force a settlement for two class action lawsuits. Now, they want to force a settlement into arbitration instead of litigation because A, it doesn't take as long and it's less expensive. Now, like, they tried this at the district level and at the appellate level, and they both got basically, like, they lost both of those. So they're still kind of fighting the lawsuit right now. But they want the Supreme Court to order a stay. Now, if the Supreme Court actually overturns the appellate court, that means to me that the Supreme Court is more pro-crypto than the others. If the Supreme Court basically affirms the lower court, it doesn't really mean too much to me because generally in most of these cases, the Supreme Court does actually affirm the lower courts. So that's where this actually comes into play. We really want this to turn over for Coinbase. I don't actually care how the arbitration actually comes out for Coinbase. That's kind of another matter altogether. But I want to see some justices that are actually pro-crypto because their individual feelings towards crypto could play very, very much well into the Grayscale lawsuit and the Ripple lawsuit. And those are the two big lawsuits of the day. If they're pro-crypto, they're more likely to basically grant Grayscale a Bitcoin ETF, and that could definitely pump all the markets. Obviously, if they're more favorable towards crypto, they could be more favorable towards the Ripple ruling, which would actually say things aren't securities, which is also incredibly important. So we got to be rooting that they actually, or we got to be hoping that they actually give Coinbase the stay. Now, a lot of it will actually come to law, and I think most likely those uphold the lower court's ruling because generally that's what happens. But in the off chance that they do grant Coinbase their stay and they force arbitration, that could be a big telltale sign of how these big lawsuits will actually end up in crypto a few years from now. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.